We're at the ASCENT MasterMind here in Joshua Tree and gonna get the crew checked out. So I'll go ahead and talk through at least a few. So with Mark right away, we have the rotated posterior pelvis on the right side. He has a short leg on the right side, just by like a millimeter, not a lot. And we're seeing it does go a little bit longer when we go to position 2. He does have more restriction and fixation as the heel comes to the glute on the right side. So we're thinking it's a fixated ilium. So it's fixated mainly posterior, a little bit medial. And then also right here at this rib, he starts to get locked up. This is the T8 area. Take a breath in for me. Let it out. So it's right here. Oh. Good job, buddy. Go this side up for me on your side. Mark is one of the best photographers in the world. Okay. Yeah, buddy. From what I've seen, you know. But he's done all kinds of work. Shot Afro Punk. You find him Mark_, right?
Mark.C.
Mark.C on Instagram for those that are interested. Beautiful work. All right, so we're gonna take the pelvis P to A, I to S, and a little bit medial to lateral. Right there. Roll. Let it go. Got it. On your back from your butt.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
You can also find his work in Foot Locker. Is that right?
That's true.
That's true. What was the ad for that one?
Vans.
That was a Vans. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, check him in rotation. A little bit more limited in left rotation, especially in the lower cervical. So it's C5 on C6 right here. Oh, that was a big one. Ooh, that thing ain't been locked, brother.
Oh, I feel it.
Not anymore. C2. I got you. Let your head drop here. Perfect. Open it up, man. You caught me. I had one of the busiest weeks of my career at the Source Chiropractic last week. So he's a well-oiled machine ready to serve people. Here we go.
Feel good.
How you feeling
Awesome.
right now?
Yeah, how was that?
Live?
Oh, I didn't realize how tight my neck was until it's not tight anymore.
It's not tight.
Yeah, I feel great.
I'm like 10 feet away and I heard that.
All right, who's up next?
Empty pockets.
When you got me underneath.
All right, this is our brother from New York.
Oh, yeah.
Who's also, so this is an entrepreneurial mastermind we're at. And Alex is on the path of selling one of his businesses, which is a drop shipping business, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, and Alex has got a real posterior sacrum on the right side. You can let your hands just fall by your side. There you go. So also you can see like this little torque of the pelvis coming back like this. He's long on the right side. Okay. So a lot more ease and flow when the left heel goes to the glute, and you can even see, watch how this glute will pull up and then it will go through the rest of the spine. So we have a little bit of wind blowing, but you should be able to see it. And then on the right side, it gets stuck. Boom. So this is what we call bunching in that position. So it's when the hips going up and then it just all collects and bunches right near the sacrum. Right there. So that's a sacral problem. And even in this position, come over here, Matt, and just look straight on. You'll be seeing how high his right shoulder is lifted up off the table that way. So we should be able to address that right now. It's a wing scapula that pulls the ribs posterior. So then what we need to do is drop this down here. So start here. So I'm getting that compression. The scapula is coming back into more of a neutral position. The one area I want to connect to and adjust to. It's a little tough. There it is. Take a breath. Let it out. All the way. There it was. So you should start to see that shoulder drop down. Still a little bit posterior. Starting. Oh, see, now it's starting to move. There it was. Wow. As he breathes and now he's reorganizing, let's get into a better position. All right, we're gonna adjust your sacrum. Go this side up for me on your side. You'll face me. So that was cool to see because it stayed posterior, but then he had a couple of breaths, and then the muscles caught it and it reorganized, and then it finally dropped down. Okay, so we're adjusting sacrum. So here's the ilium, right on the inside is the sacrum, real jammed up, superior. So we're gonna take it down, right there. Let it go. Got it. Go back to your stomach. Yeah, buddy. See, now sacrum, the shoulder's dropping down even more. So we have these two integrity systems that, again, even if you have a rotated sacrum, you can get rotated shoulders. Sometimes same size, usually opposite sides. So that was a little bit of a different pattern. He's got a rotated anterior 7th cervical, so it'd be tender right here. You feel that?
Oh yeah.
So this one's a difficult adjustment. So I'm reaching underneath, right on top of the collarbone, lifting up, going anterior to posterior. Then we take his head over this way. Got it. Whew. So that one, the key is you gotta be super fast because there's a lot of tissues in there. You got blood vasculature, you have nerves at a high density there. Pull through your back. That one's gonna be big for you. Still alive? Alright. Yeah, so C2 on the left side as well. So we're here. Beautiful. So you should have been able to hear the difference between Mark's neck and Alex's neck. Mark was actually a lot more jammed up and it had a deeper release. And then from his hip, he's got this external hip rotation.
Yeah, that always shifts.
Yeah, so he's real tight. I mean, so you could do all kinds of muscular work in here, going into the hip flexor, and we can get a release through the leg. Right there it was. There you go. Hey, buddy.
Can I go?
Yes. Yeah.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, buddy. 3 months, yeah? All right, you should be good face down. This is Talia, lives in Tel Aviv. And something important to know with new mothers is typically you'll have a hormone called relaxin in the system. They say, anywhere from 3 to 6 months postpartum, right? And then usually starting about 3 months prior is when you get the buildup. And what relaxin does is it kind of makes everything a lot more mobile. And so a problem can be is hypermobility or too much mobility in the system, not enough strength and compression. However, there are some very common areas that new moms, do get a lot of tightness, usually from the hunching over, breastfeeding, looking at their beautiful baby. Is that true?
All day.
All day. All day.
All day.
And so for Talia, it's mainly in this area, the T5, T6, and then the right sacrum. I'm just trying to check the integrity of the system. I know you had a pretty healthy labor, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so sacrum is really posterior. You can, again, her whole pelvis is rocked off the table on the right side. Go ahead and go this side up for me. So you'll watch as I do this adjustment, it's gonna look a little bit different than my normal side posture. I'll lean in more instead of like having a big drop, fast drop. So it's this kind of more of an earthy drop and water connection. So getting the depth in the connection, staying close, getting my body weight over. Whoa. That was enough. On your back. So you see how connected that sacrum was to the rest of her system because it all wanted to open. Keep your knees bent. This is gonna be the big one, the big crunchy one. The T5, T6. So this is the primary area. We're holding a lot of the tension and compression. Right there, let the shoulder drop. I got you. Whoa! Oh my God! Whoa. 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 Yeah. You can breathe again, mama. We actually got to check the little one just a few moments ago, which is beautiful. Doing really well. C1 on your left side. Nice. And then C2 on C3 coming up this way. Beautiful. Woo! There you go. Are you ready? Yeah. Keep going up. I got you.
Is it?
That's enough. Oh, I'm done. Yeah, you're gonna feel some endorphins there. Uh-huh. That big. He's another brother from New York who's gonna start a bank over here.
But like for real.
But for real.
But it's actually happening.
It's actually happening. Congratulations, man. His lovely family came out here too. So it's good to see them. And Steve, you said you've been struggling with hiatal hernia, right, on that left side?
Yeah. See it disappear.
All right, let's work. So we start here as T9. Just nice and easy, gentle. Got another build up, T3, T4. So Steve's been receiving consistent care, so I can tell with his spine, the chiropractor's doing a pretty damn good job. So there's just little stuff, nothing too major. So we're just doing a little cleanup. Go this side up for me. Face me this way. So we're just in Steve's left ilium here, which again is that outside bone right outside the sacrum. His is also internally rotated, so you can tell it's internally rotated by how tight this is. So it just naturally, the knee wants to come up, the knee should be able to drop down here. So he's got a tight TFL, which is an indicator that the ilium's rolled that way. So we'll take it down and then continue that rotation right there. There we go. On your back. All right. Checking the cervicals. Again, pretty damn good. Chiropractor's doing a good job. So C6 on C7 on the right side. Again, it'll be a little minor one. Boom. Didn't sound minor.
Feel minor.
Okay, go ahead and bend this leg. So yeah, a lot of people don't know this is something that chiropractors can help with. What can happen is a portion of, what is the end portion of the stomach?
Yeah, the stomach
Goes up, and it can go actually through that large diaphragm muscle, and sometimes it's just partially through. And so what you can do is you can find it and then actually help it to glide inferior. And when you do that, that means a lot of the symptoms that are associated with that hernia can go away. So sometimes what you can do is you can find it, a connection to it on inhale. Let's go take an inhale. So as you inhale, your diaphragm drops, and so then you can pin it. I didn't get it there. Go ahead and inhale. There you go. So now we're getting closer. What I want to do is I want to catch it on the inhale, and then exhale, I hold it. Let it out. So as his diaphragm goes back up, I got to pin and hold, and we're actually using the diaphragm muscle to drop. A little tender, huh? Go ahead and go inhale, like sink in. Exhale, let go. There it was. Got that little bit of release. Beautiful. Sometimes, you know, because you got, again, a lot of nerve endings even in the stomach, a person can get lightheaded from doing that work. There you go. So that was just a little bit more going up the chain. You're all set, brother. Whew, thank you.
And that's why I don't do it to myself. That's awful.
It's not fun.
It's not, but
a little better now, huh?
yeah, you feel it all.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun to find.
It's not easy.
Slept fine.
I wish it was easier. Lay down.
Do it.
Let's do it.
I'll send over to Dr. Tara.
Did you step on a stingray too?
I did, right there.
Dang, man. That's fun.
Yeah,
I figured that shit that only happens in Australia. So we got our brother Matt coming in from Australia. From Melbourne, right? No, Perth. Perth, yeah. The other side. The west side. So you're like a west side homie, see? Mm-hmm. Got California on the west side, Perth on the west side. Right here. Oh, big one.
Yeah.
And he's all rotated on the right side, which is our masculine side. So you're getting caught in some doing. Oh, there we go. Like the majority. This side up, especially in the entrepreneurial space. So we got right. So basically everything right side so far. So we got right ilium as well. More of a posterior rotated ilium. So we're going to take it this way. Right there. And then drop. Good. Go ahead and sit up, face that way. Check your rib here. So first rib's kind of nice to check. Seated, take a breath in. Rib should go up on inhale and down on exhale. Go and take another inhale. It's actually interesting enough, it's not going up, which I usually feel the opposite. It usually gets stuck on the exhale. So something is interesting going on here. Go take another breath in. Let it out. You're actually anterior on the right side here. Okay, lay on your back. So that left one's moving better, the right one's stuck. So what we'll do is, right above the collarbone, I'm going to connect. You could go into it. I'm going to do a pull. So I'm going to place my thumb right above the collarbone, connecting to, there's actually the first rib. So the first rib is actually superior to the clavicle. The second rib is the first one you'll feel underneath the clavicle. So I'm taking this, already it's locking right there. So now I got my deep connection with my thumb right there. Got it. Yeah. That was a big one. Woo! And again, it has a lot of big tie to our respiration, our ability to get oxygen.
Ooh. Yeah. That was where it was locked.
Boom.
Yeah.
Turn up. Turn up. What up, Struggle? You want some of this?
No. You want some of this?
My other Bay Area native right here, who's about to open up Struggle HQ, June 22nd in Hayward, California. So it's part of the East Bay. Actually, it's where I went to chiropractic school at, is in Hayward. It's where Life Chiropractic College West is. And y'all, you're Derek Struggle on Instagram, yeah? Derek Struggle on Instagram if you want to hit him up. So we're going T8. He's more posterior on the left side, so I'm going to sink my body in there and get the balance. Boom, and then drive it home. Hey-o. Go this side up for me. Other way.
One of the things Eric's been struggling with is shin splints.
Okay. It's all those damn Stairmaster. That's what it is. I can't help.
It's actually true.
I can't just help the repetitive strain of Stairmaster. All right, here you go. Left ilium here. There we go. Go to the other side. No, I can help him. So typically, again, but that is a lot of strain for the shins, just to continually be doing stairs. Even though I know he loves it. But we can see if we can release some of the tension that exists around the tibial and fibular membrane. So right here is real high in the low back. We're actually close to L1 and T12. This will be a pull, getting a counterclockwise torque with the fingers. It's right there. Oh, just a little bit of release. Went backwards. Go ahead and land your back. For all the crack addicts out there, that wasn't that satisfying, but it's what he needed. All right, so C6 on C7 on this right side, right here. Beautiful. So yeah, when we hear the pop, it's gas being released from the joint when two joint surfaces are creating space. There you go. So you got two joint surfaces and get a little gap through the adjustment, and you hear the pop. Yeah, so definitely tight on this membrane here. So it'd be real tender here.
Oh, that hurts so bad.
So ideally, I would use a Thule portable drop piece and drop into this. You can also just go into it, or he could like get like a personal massager and go all along that space. What happens is this area can get really tight and get adhesions within it. So I could just also adjust it. Oh. And sometimes you'll get little snaps of release, like that one got a little snap. And then we can also traction it to see if we can, again, use the tensegrity of the system to go right into this space and let it go. Sweet. Yeah, this one's not as bad, but still right there is not great. Oh, that one was good. That was a good release. There you go. So you feel bruised there, but sometimes no pain, no gain, you know? There it is. Brother!
Thank you, brother.
You're welcome, man. You got it. Sadie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My right elbow's fine.
All right, let's start. We'll start there. So just face me. Let's see. And so for those of you that have been watching the videos for a while, Sadie's the one I just in Bali. We broke the table, but I got a new table, so it's all good. It's actually really cool. Mobile Cuties delivered a new table to me, and they're actually started by two students at Life Chiropractic College West. And this is a ChiroLux table that I'm using currently. Again, started by students at Life Chiropractic College West. High quality table, love it. So right there. Oh, one more. Let it go. Turn your head to the left. There it was. Sometimes you gotta look away.
You want to check out my shoulder too?
Would love to. Go face down for me first.
I've been doing gymnastics.
That's right. You were telling me about
High
that.
impact.
All right. So right here, Steve, we can see a big time left short leg. So left short. This one's probably the most significant one we've seen yet. That's about an inch. Yeah. Let's say about an inch left short. And let's see what happens if we bring the legs up. And it starts to balance at the very end. You see that? And then it will come back to imbalance. So again, inch short. And as we bring them up, right there, it starts to balance. So that's typically a rotated ilium posterior on that left side. But let's go ahead and check. I think from this one, we're actually going to see this change. This rib is slightly inferior at the T11, T12. It's actually even puffier if you look at that. You see how that muscle's kind of in spasm right here versus this side? Yeah. This is relaxed. Wow. That's spastic. Spastic meaning like firing, yeah? And so what can happen is, if this is firing, this muscle called the QL contracts, pulls the leg up, right? And so this is long. If I release the QL through a rib adjustment, that leg should lengthen. So let's see. See, it's already starting to lengthen right there, even as I lean in. So let's see what we can do here. Oh yeah, right there. Good. Good. So now I'll get, so already actually that's pretty damn good. Look at that. So now we're down to a 1/2 inch, but I can get the rest of it through a long lever distraction. So again, wherever you want to target you can, based on how far you traction the heel. So if you watch this, as I traction the heel, watch I can get to the knee, right? And if I traction, I can get to the right underneath the glute, right? And then if I want to go to the rib, now watch the ribs there. And then you can actually even get the occiput, the base of the skull, to move. Right there. See her head go into extension? I want this. So we'll traction to that area and then go.
Oh, that was nuts.
T4. Oh. Good. So we haven't adjusted, come on, this is nice. You haven't adjusted the pelvis. You're 100% balanced, and actually you're starting to see the left leg be longer. That was an inch of leg length discrepancy because of this. Perfect. And so we do have a little bit of sacral fixation. Go this side up for me. That's actually pretty fucking impressive. Every now and then we got to give each other a pat on the back. Yeah, you did good. I did good. All right.
Yeah, he's complimenting himself there.
No, it's both. You know, adjustment takes two people. You know, one person has to open up to receive. Oh, it's like, all right, I don't want to say that. Go on your stomach.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll recheck again. Yeah, so we're pretty much near perfect balance. I barely have, yeah. That's awesome. Exactly what we want. Okay, go ahead and go to your back. So the bigness of that, if you can imagine, if you're taking a step, every step you take with an inch of imbalance, all of the muscles and everything has to coordinate to try to make that movement happen, and how inefficient your energy is, right? Because you're having to create all this excessive balancing act, basically, from an out of balance system. So this is deep C6, C7 chord. It's going to sound different. Yeah. High pitched. Big one. Bend your right knee. Then let the back of the skull drop into my hand. There it was. Beautiful. All right, Sadie. Yeah, I would sit down. That was a big adjustment. A lot of movement. Ah, take a seat over there, relax. Who else we got? TJ?
Sure.
Oh, get on there, bud.
Nah, bro.
Lay on down.
Face down.
Yes, sir. Those beautiful locks.
Oh, yeah.
TJ is a new native New Yorkan. Coming by your way of
New York. Okay.
yeah. I'm so East Coast. By way of Tennessee. Amazing human being here. Here we go. T7 on T8. Oh, good Lord. That was sweet. Yeah, this is nice. This is a nice fluid system. I'm gonna hook TJ up with something new. Go ahead and go this side up for me. So TJ has a pretty open, receptive, energetic system, very conscious human being. I'm gonna connect him to an upper cervical toggle adjustment so he can feel the energy of an adjustment. Right? We are all energy, we are all vibration. Some of us are more connected to that, some of us are more connected to the physical matter. And it's nice to see the interplay in between. So what I'm doing is I'm finding C1 posterior arch, placing a pieziform, and then seeing which way it wants to spin. His is clockwise. Good. On your back. Good. So that's more of a tonal, energetic toggle with torque. It's great for his system. Helps the cord unwind. You're all set, brother. You're very welcome, dude. Got it. Dane, you come in here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I make a lot of noise.
Yeah, good. Okay. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, you don't think I've been like.
Like probably the most tense part is like my shoulders, especially the right side. It's like just pain, constant.
Lay on down.
Oh god.
Oh God.
Now you want to hear me lay down?
It's pretty common. But he probably needs it more than anybody. Look at that pelvis.
I don't wanna
Right? You
look
see
at
how
that.
torqued up it is on that right side?
Yeah.
Right? That's not great. And again, how much of society is just walking around like this? Well, you don't have to be. I mean, hey. There's some choice there, you know. It's the levels of dysfunction and misperception we choose. See, that's the biggest thing about the nerve system. The nerve system is how we perceive the world. So if you got stuff like this going on, you are misperceiving your environment. With every step you take, with every breath you take. Go ahead and go this side up for me. So we're going to adjust this sacrum and help his pelvis out here.
Oh God, this works.
Oh God, twice already. Usually people call me Jesus, but I'll go, oh God. Jesus. I say, Jesus Christ, motherfucker. That's like, I'm gonna name my next practice. JCMF. Oh!
That's why. I'm
Very
very dramatic. Did you see God? A little bit. It looks just like Brett.
Oh, that's cool. One of them. All right, so the other piece of his pelvis is dropping down, but the other piece is his rib cage keeping him there. So that's better. It's better here. Still needs work here. He's a right inferior 12th rib. See that? That's what. See how much his pelvis is rocked off? But then watch this. So, and it's been stuck like that, and that's why it's painful. People say, oh, chiropractic should feel good. I'm like, not always. When your shit's fucked up, it's inflamed. Oh! Woo.
Yeah, that I felt that one.
Did you bark?
A bit. Dude.
Was that your first? That was the first
Oh.
time. That was the first time you heard someone bark?
Yeah, it was like that was gnarly.
Dude, no, I thought it was one of the coyotes like from
Yeah.
last night.
Let this drop. Well, he's got an unstable ankle, so we gotta go higher. That's probably why this is getting all torqued. There you go. So this is super unstable, so I wouldn't adjust from there. So he's still got torque in his system. This is actually gonna release better. Take a breath for me, bud. Let it out. Right there, I got you.
Oh, I think I'm done, man. That hurt.
You're enjoying this, huh?
Yes. Gonna call that right. That was all hot. Oh wow, I'm like 3 inches tall.
Lay your ass down there.
Get back down.
Don't worry, man. You'll feel better off tonight. Yeah, this is going through the trials,
about
man.
2 hours, it's okay.
Come back, look at his pelvis though. Look at that. That last one dropped it down finally.
I love
Right?
the
So
pelvis.
he started, he was, I believe he was up this way, and then his whole pelvis was rocked off. Now the pelvis is touching on the right side. We're starting to see balance again. So, again, when your system's jacked, you have a lot of inflammation in your joints. Inflammation is trying to tell you your system's jacked. Pain, as an acronym, pay attention inside now. That's it. And so people are like, oh man, this should feel good. I'm like, if your system's jacked, you're inflamed. Your joints are inflamed. Getting touched is not going to feel great. But do you want to keep that on your back? I don't know about you, but I'd rather step into the discomfort and be a better person on the other side.
Amen.
Amen. And I hope. You ready?
No,
You ready?
I guess I am now.
Take a breath. Thank you. And let it go. Oh!
Every time it's always like that.
Alex.
Let this go.
Oh!
Your eyes open up like the exorcist.
Yeah,
right?
We have exercise with you.
Oh, dude. Whoa.
Dang, how you
Dude, come
feeling?
here. Come here. Oh, God. it's
And he
so
wanted to
scary.
stop halfway.
Get this man on your
Hey, bro.
table.
At least a year.
Either way. Come on.
Like 2 days you get awesome.
Daniel's got it.
Got all clean?
A little bit, but-
Looks good, man.
Gotcha, thank you.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's roll. Anything specific? Elbows still?
Both elbows are
Muscle.
fucked. Now it's both.
Oh, nice.
And I feel pretty good otherwise.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no.
Face up.
Yes, sir. So here is the tribe leader of ASCENT MasterMind here, Daniel DiPiazza, serial entrepreneur. You like that phrase or not really?
I like it, yeah.
Okay, cool. But also author, working on his next book, Wielding Power, and speaking tour. Next stop, New York, correct? And then London, and then Melbourne. Okay, so here we are. We're at T6 here. And it's a little bit more posterior on the right side. Take a breath in, let it out, and we're also going to get a little clockwise torque here. Perfect. Just very specific. T6 on T7. Great release. Daniel also sees a chiropractor back home, yeah? How often do you go?
3-4 times a month.
Yeah. So also a system that doesn't need a lot of work, just little tune-ups here and there, but also pushes his body hard doing jiu-jitsu. T1, P-R or PR on the spinous on this right side. So this will be a thumb move. Let this. Oh,
Nice.
that was perfect.
That was
How much cleaner than that?
clean.
That was clean on it, but it's crispy.
That's crispy.
So we're going posterior occiput on the left side. So base of skull coming here. Boom. Perfect.
Sharp today.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I was telling him I've been high volume at the source, seeing a lot of people, and
Sharp.
it's just sharpening the craft, you know.
Sharp.
Ooh, yeah. So that was the position, eh?
And
So I think
that's
what we
the
did-
good elbow.
Yeah, that's the good one. So when we get arm barred, what we'll do is we'll typically drive the radial head anterior. An anterior radial head adjustment is pretty difficult, and so I'll typically work the superior portion of the pronator and then into the radial head. So we're driving this here. There we that got a decent little release. Yeah, that was sweet. I think I just created that for you. Actually, I don't think I've actually ever done that.
Nice.
That's cool. Yes, relax this one. Nice, there you go. So this is the position of ow. As that happens, typically the radial head will continue anterior. So what we're looking to do is bend the elbow, help the radial head go anterior to posterior, and then the pronator will also be super tight. So we're gonna get a little bit of release on the pronator, going into the radial head, a little more medial. There we go.
Nice.
Just gentle. All set, brother.
Nice. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Steven,
You ready?
You're good.
you gonna roll now?
Ready to roll, yeah.
Still have energy.
I got it, man.
All right.
I do this for 4 hours straight
I know,
usually.
yeah.
Go face down for me.
All right. You want to take?
Yeah, so we have, we'll have shifts at the Source Chiropractic, and it's a 7:30 to noon and our 3 to 6:30, and so we'll go 4 hours straight seeing people, and that's what I do all day, the majority of the week. So Steve's got also a wing scapula on the right side, so when the scapula wings, you'll see it a little bit more pointy. So it's a little bit more pointy here, and then typically when it wings, it pulls the ribs posterior, so we're posterior rib right there at T5. Take a breath in, let it out, right there, rotate. Deep set on that. That was beautiful. This side up. So sometimes when things just release superficially, you're not changing the connective tissue. So there's times and places to get a real deep set where you can get reorganization of the connective tissue that's holding it there. So sacrum on the right side at the S3 tubercle, letting it lower right there. That one's almost a break on the table too, on your back.
It did crack though. A little bit.
So you gotta be careful of these things, I guess, man.
Travel table.
Travel tables. All right. C5 on C6 right here. Oh, beautiful. I remember you were scared to get adjusted the first time I checked you.
Yeah.
You're doing better now. I believe in you. See, you got hope, Dane. Right there. Clear, my brother. Easy.
Thank
It was
you.
nice to get you checked last week, too.
Yeah.
See, it makes it easier when you get
Yeah.
some consecutiveness. All right, Elron. Go. Come on. I think you're the last one, eh? We did it. All right, yeah. And how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. This is after a week? Yep, week and a half. Let's do it.
I'm really curious.
Got to check Elron last week as well. Well, 4 days ago, brother. Just on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's right.
5 days ago. It's also getting that little bit of roll of the pelvis. See, the natural wants to roll up. So take it down. We had a beautiful set on your thoracic last time. I remember that. Okay, let's adjust your pelvis first. Go this side up. Up. Ha! Already wanted to move, so this is gonna be just light. There you go. I got you. Nice, easy. On your back. Easy. So you can tell the people that get adjusted consecutively, things open up a lot easier typically. That's one of the ways we know your system's improving is the ease that we can get movement. When things are super chronic, they get really stuck. It's like gluing a joint together. And you gotta slowly unwind it. I'm gonna lift this up for you. Good, relax your lower back. And turn your head a little bit more to the right. Oh my God. There it was. Oh, relax your butt. You got adjustment is glutes went. Everybody has their stress pattern, Something's gonna seize up. Alright. Oh, awesome. This is C3 on the left side. There we go. Yeah, I like the turn. I can do this all day. My man.
Thank you, sir.
You're very, very welcome. The ASCENT MasterMind has been adjusted. There we go.
That's really, really, really impressive to watch us flow and talking through all that stuff. Like,